What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCanTV for this, another edition of Cub Reacts on a Friday morning. Very excited to be getting into this one. It is release day, and boy, are there some spicy ones for us to be getting into. First up, we are going to be checking out a brand new EP, which I'm very excited to explore. The sounds of Alkaline, who is back in business after a little while since his last album project, which kind of got hit with mixed reactions. The last few singles we've been hearing from him have been absolutely fire, so I'm very excited to check out this EP as a whole. We're getting into a track that goes by the name Brawlin. Again, this is an official audio visualizer, so it should be very enjoyable to check out, and I know there are a ton of Alkaline fans on this channel, so this one's for you guys on a Friday morning. How much better could you start a day off? As always, if you're new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Without further ado, let's jump into this one. I am buzzing.
Nothing. Take your last breath. Nothing.
I like the visualizer already.
Move with the dirty key, so we bad. Naka in every bad. Any boy, any guy, any guy.
So immediately on this one, we're getting a real kind of heavy push on the sort of emotive string side of the production. A lot of potency and a lot of push going on in the drum side as well. Typical for an Alkaline tune to have that sort of really kind of almost like 1-2 punch maneuver combo going on with the drum lines. His vocal actually quite reserved on this one, very stripped back. He's almost like sort of in the background, like dodging and weaving, and maybe that's why the tune's called Brawlin, because it's giving you that sort of the punches and the kicks, and he's sort of dodging and weaving with his vocal line. Maybe that's just me kind of thinking into it too much, but it's a cool kind of synesthetic double if it is.
When you see we you feel no one and no laughing. Rifle shot a clock, that way bigger than his pally. Me no reason, me no partial, me no bargain. Should I know, say they can't win. A tough up, that now help them. Black up, they gon' scratch up your things, see all help them. Dark and creepy, so till shot. Dodging on your neck, back place left you still. Feel like wicked, make them find him sting. Blood a jeep out of them like
this is one that's really growing as it goes. You can hear the kind of advancements in Alkaline's vocal structure. He's getting more and more skippy, more and more direct, more and more kind of comfortable in those pockets as the tune goes on. If anything, at the start of the tune, it sounded like he was further away from the mic. It sounded like he was back here. And then as the tune goes on, he gets closer and closer. That's kind of how it sounded on a general level. But again, I'm loving this kind of almost like inverted voice structure, this sort of vocal he's doing, but then he's kind of riding up and down the instrumental as it goes as well. This is a really cool look at what Alkaline can do with a tune like this.
Can't reach through them dialing. We see make it go so gritty moko. Move with the dirty key, so we brawlin'. Naka in every part. Any boy, any guy, any talking. You be pin a shot and you me like a girl. When you see me, you feel no one no laughing. Rifle shot a clock, that they bigger than his pally. I
think there's a really interesting thing going on with the actual instrumental structure of this one, because you have got that sort of flute line, which is literally just kind of going do, 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 do. That little melody there. Really, really simple. It's literally just like an old school bass line that you would just hold for one note underneath. It's almost like a root note, but it's levels above and it's in the mid-range. On top of that as well, you've got this string line, which is just kind of dun, dun, dun. Like it's adding like an apple. It's adding like a level of like epicness. It's adding like, I suppose, almost like a kind of fury to the tune, which is cool to see. And then you've got Alkaline bobbing and weaving in between. It really does almost represent something you'd see in a boxing match when you add all those elements together. It's really cool.
Be gonna go when me go look for me kill you. Just know say about this. Saying which threat for a boy straight dead from a war. Chucking at them face sitting vanish. Bungle up then a carnage. Them not in the damage. I bad up themself, can't touch pan bills. Get vanish. Move with the dirty key, so we bad. Naka in every bad. Any boy, any
so
guy.
This tune almost has like a kind of rise and fall in the way that the I suppose the instrumental like elements are structured. That flute line and that string line are so kind of typical of like and things are about to be resolved. We're gonna get to the main point of the thing. We're climbing up the hill. That's the sort of vibe you get off those. But then his vocals have been constantly switching every single 4-bar. He's going with a different pattern, a different structure, a different kind of I suppose enunciating technique. He's constantly on the move with what he's doing. So it's really interesting to see how those two elements are combining, because it means you're getting different combinations, because that those singular bits are still there and he's adding the variation on top, which is cool. It'd be very easy to turn this tune into something repetitive and boring, but that's not what Alkaline does. He does bring flair and differentiation with every vocal that he sets down.
Anytime, rub it in a shot and yam them like a girl. When you see we you feel no one and no laughing. Rifle shot or clap, that way bigger than his body. Me no reason, me no passion, me no bargain. Should I know, say they can't. Any means necessary. Killer death if you get jelly. Then I saw we heavy fool and me ready get your goose cook up at the belly. Bury the whole of them over the cemetery, syndicate a warrior.
I love it when he gets into this more sort of lower pitched vocal approach. There's something very, I don't know, there's something very, very engaging about it. Just this that sort of low end, it almost sounds like he's playing the low notes on a bass guitar with his vocal. It's almost like hitting it's like hitting low jabs, like little punches there. It's really cool, and this is something that Alkaline does really well. The fluctuation in his vocal technique is, there are a few people on the planet realistically that can do it to the same level. I feel that ability to just shift your vocal range up and down and left and right, whilst also changing the sort of staccato approach between that and obviously the more skippy side. He has such a varied approach on every single tune. It's actually nuts when you think about it.
Young in a belly, never afraid. Any tension, nothing with them coulda tell me. Hey, you know nobody tell me. Move with the dirty key, so we bad. Naka in a head of every bad. Any boy, any guy, any target. Rub it in a shot and yam them like a girl. When you see we you feel no one and no laughing. Rifle shot or clap, that way bigger than his body. Me no reason, me no passion, me no bargain. Should I know, say they can't win.
This has been a really interesting one, man. We'll let it run through to the end and just let the instrumental roll. But yeah, very different. Again, this is something I think we're going to be hearing throughout this EP, which we are going to make a big effort to explore in as many ways as we can. We're going to do at least 3 reactions off the EP. I think we've already reacted to 2 or 3 of the songs anyway. I want to make sure we're covering at least half of it. I think that's fair. But yeah, really interesting watching his vocals kind of progress and interchange as the track goes on. We'll let it run through to the end. And then do our breakdown. There we go then, the sounds of Alkaline on this one. I don't know what this ripple effect stuff is, but it does look quite cool, this sort of dripping backdrop, the sort of universe sort of image down there. It's almost like the universe in a mountain. That's really cool to see. But there we go. This one, Brawlin, again, different from Alkaline, exploring different sounds, different styles. The heavy kind of leaning on that flute and string line to kind of lead the melody bass, and then basically allowing Alkaline to just go off and do whatever he wants around the mid-range with his vocal. I do really like as well the idea of those pulsating drums in the low end. They're kind of giving the whole thing its kind of oomph. Bassline isn't too potent on this one, but I don't think it needs to be. I think if it was too potent, you'd actually lose a lot of that sort of, again, staccato style punch that the vocals bring and also the drums bring down below. So yeah, solid work overall. I did enjoy this one. I'm excited to check out the rest of the EP as well. Let me know your thoughts. What other tracks off the EP should I be covering here on Cubcan TV? Let me know, and as always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Them sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cubcam TV. Stay locked.